Honestly speaking, the issue of this school fees increment will affect a lot of students, not only the returning students or the new coming students. Because, for instance, the students that are returning to school, like 300 level, 200 level, 100 level students, like our juniors, they won't be able to pay this amount. And due to this increment, a lot of, like, I think 70% of the student in this university will definitely drop out of the university, because the school fees is multiplied like 5 times. Before we were paying like 26,150 naira, but now they said that we are to pay 170,000 naira, which is not easy. Considering the situation of the country, this economic crisis and the rest, people are striving on what to survive, on how to eat, talk less of paying school fees. So a lot of people will definitely drop out of the university, and including me, for instance. There are students that might have spilled over, part of my senior mates. Some of them are graduating, but due to some causes, they must come back next year and register them again. And due to for them to register the courses again, they have to pay school fees again. And this is the first time they will pay 170,000 naira. Just for somebody to sit for one course, he will have to pay 170,000 naira, which is not easy for him. So my opinion and my advice to the government, that they should build this issue, please and please, to help students, so that, and the issue of, they are saying that they are giving us scholarship like 100,000 plus. Honestly speaking, 90% of the students are not getting this scholarship. Only those that have, let's say, they know someone from the scholarship boards, and the rest, they are the only ones that are securing this scholarship. And the scholarship is 108,000 naira, and the school fees is 170 naira. 170,000 naira. So, for instance, if you are given a 108,000 naira for scholarship, how will you be able to settle your school fees with just 108,000 naira? And the school fees is 170 naira. So this is something that is not easy for students, both returning and fresh students.
I feel bad because a lot of people cannot afford it. The state university is a university for the lower class or low income earners. So low income earners cannot afford that fees. And if we want that fees, then maybe the low income earners will have to drop out. So I feel bad about it because a lot of people will have to drop out because they can't afford it. We just wish it will be reviewed. My call to him is that he should consider the low income earners, because those are the ones that will be affected the most. They can't afford it. So he should consider those class of people and review it. Maybe 20% increment or 30% increment. Even at that rate, some people still can't afford it. Even at this present rate, we pay school fees. A lot of people cannot afford it. So you can imagine when it has been increased. There will be a lot of dropout, which will eventually lead to higher rate of criminal activities.
ASUU position on the increase in the school fees by Kaduna State government. Our position is that first and foremost, most of us must realize that education is not a privilege in Nigeria, it is a right. That is, everybody in Nigeria, every child in Nigeria should have access to education. So if education is made to be very expensive, then it suggests that the children of the poor will be deprived. So our position as a union is that government should intensify effort to fund education, not just education, but university education, so that the child of nobody can have access to university education. Because if they have university education, it means that they are going to develop themselves, and if they develop themselves, they are going to acquire skills. If they acquire skills, it means that they can be independent. So if they are independent, one way or the other, the economy will benefit. So our stand is that government should, at this point in time, halt this hike in school fees, because this is coinciding again with the aftermath of the COVID-19, even though some people are already suggesting that there's a third wave. So if that's the case, it means that so many people are out of jobs. Some small business owners are trying to recover from their businesses. So at this point in time, people are scrambling to survive, not getting money to pay fees for their work. So we call on the government to look at this plea. It's a plea actually from the union, to halt it and possibly engage stakeholders in the educational sector so that we can all co-create this fee, a fee that will be acceptable for everyone, acceptable for the government, acceptable to the students as well as their parents. Like I emphasize, the economy is so bad. Inflation is 2-digit as we speak. Unemployment is skyrocketing. There's youth unemployment in the country already, and we are trying to even tame down the insecurity problem in the country. So if this is allowed to scale through, then you're going to have massive youth going out of the university, and we all know the results of youth being idle. So we are calling on the government to please hold this increase in school fees so that they can use other means of keeping this youth busy. Because these youth are not busy, definitely we in economics, we know crime is related to unemployment everywhere in the world. So we don't want a youth that is redundant, that can take into crime anytime, any day when the school fees is actually increased. Actually, to the best of my knowledge, for me, growing up, I've never ever seen an increment, of this magnitude. Actually, because the only time I was hearing about, inflation going to maybe 1,000% was in Zimbabwe, and we're talking about expenditure here, not income, because we're talking about people their income is dwindling or falling, and using the same falling income to pay an expenditure that is increasing over 500%. So you can see how devastating that can be. So because if you go around households, not just in Kaduna State, in Nigeria, most of our incomes have depleted. Even you, the interviewer, I know the economy has become so bad and it has affected your income. So just put yourself in the shoes of these parents that have their children in the university. To say 500 and something percent has increased in their fee, you know what will happen at the end of the day. It's a state university, so we admit more of indigents in the state. So if you have that, in fact, I think a rough estimate shows that the per capita income for an average Kaduna citizen is a little above $1,000. If you do your calculation very well and you do the exchange rate, you see that an average Kaduna citizen earn about 31,000 naira monthly. So if you are earning 31,000 naira monthly on average as an indigent of Kaduna State, it suggests that you cannot pay 150,000 naira for your child that is in the social sciences. Let's talk of the ones that are in sciences. If you have one in medicine, then you know that you have to calculate about 10 months salaries. Yes, 10 months salary of an household to pay 300,000 naira for someone studying medicine as an indigent. I think Kaduna State government have done well in terms of revenue generation. I think IGR, the coming of the current governor, he has devised several means of generating revenue through tax. If you pay ground rent, so many other tax. In fact, before now, some indigents don't pay ground rent. Our tax even in the university have increased. Yes, and so many other ways. And again, the university as it is, we all know that it's not a revenue generating institution. It's meant to give education. So outside the university, government have devised several other options to generate revenue. But we in education, we don't want government to turn education into a revenue generating institution.
After a lot of deliberations and also assessment and comparison between fees charged in federal, state and private institutions in the country, the Kaduna State government finds it appropriate to review the tuition fees of all its tertiary institutions in Kaduna State. Before the increase, our viewers may recall that the state university is paying, the students in the state university are paying 26,000 naira thereabout, 26 to 27,000 naira per annum. Other institutions are paying differently. In fact, apart from College of Education Gidan Waya, that is not even collecting anything as tuition fee from students, all the three other tertiary institutions are paying higher tuition fee than KASU. Let me give you an example. The Kaduna State College of Nursing and Midwifery, cash down registration is 85,000 naira for basic nursing and midwifery. Apart from other charges, if we put other charges together with the uniform and what have you, it's over 100,000 naira. In fact, it's around 120,000 naira. If you look at what Nuhu Mali is charging, diploma and higher diploma, it's more than 30,000 naira. If you look at what Shehu Idris College of Health Science is charging, students register between the range of 60 to 70,000 naira. And we came up to, with the reality to see that what is happening in KASU and other institutions is not realistic, it's not practicable, it's not feasible, and cannot be sustained. The demand of KASU as a university, ranging from the capital budget, the recurrent budget. Under the recurrent budget, if you take out the personnel cost alone, KASU requires about 300 million naira to pay its salary.
Monthly or annually?
Monthly. And then if KASU collects the 26,000 naira for all its 19,000 to 20,000 students, it's amount to just 400 million naira. That's only enough to pay for 1 year and some few days in second month. I think our viewers will also reason with us to say that it is not sustainable, it's not practicable. We have to now look at what are other universities paying across the country. Of course, yes, certainly we have found some universities in northern Nigeria that is charging as low as 26,000 naira. But we also look at their condition. Are they actually a befitting university, or they are glorified secondary schools? But we look at other universities that are charging a higher amount of money, 100,000, 200,000 naira, but they are also state universities. But when you look at them and the standard they maintain, you know that that's quite a university. We felt KASU must be treated in that manner. I may agree with them, it's too much, maybe from 20,000 to 150,000 naira, but what is the alternative? If somebody complains to say that it's too much, let him profile a solution to it. We came from a background that what we are receiving, what the state government is receiving from federation account on a monthly basis, 90% of it goes on in payment of salaries in Kaduna State. 90%. Sometimes 95% of it. We have the figures. We can compare figures of 6 months. You find that it goes to payment of salary in Kaduna State. That's number one. People, when they are complaining, they should also look at the other way, the other side. A coin has two sides. The side we are talking of is the one people are complaining. The other side is, we know that certainly 150,000 naira or anything above 26,000 naira might be difficult for others. Before we make this increase, we have already consolidated the function and structure of our Kaduna State Scholarship and Loans Board. We have 3 types of scholarships in the scholarship board. We have the need-based scholarship, where an ordinary common person who feel that he's a common person, who also accepts that he's a common person, he is too poor to pay for the 150 or 100,000 naira as a tuition fee, to go in and apply. There's no subjectivity. It's a paperless board. You go to the system, go to the website and apply. Fill in the form, upload whatever they've asked you to upload, respond to the questions. If you have found out, if the board find you worthy of giving the scholarship, they give you the scholarship. My viewers should remember, before the coming of Malam Nasru El-Rufai as governor, the scholarship at that time was ranging between 18,000, 20,000, 20,000, and 25,000 naira. Now no person reading whatever course in Kaduna State is receiving less than 109,000 naira as scholarship. People have not complained. People have not even said thank you for that. Somebody will collect 109.
How many are benefiting from this?
I mean, scholarship will give you the details, but at least this year we know about 4,000 students have benefited from that at one payment, and there are different stages of the payments. Why should somebody collect, for example, 109,000 naira and pay university 26,000 naira? So go for the scholarship. It will augment whatever cost you have. Secondly, we have the merit-based scholarship. This is automatic. Once you merit it, you are academically good, you are sound academically, you automatically get the scholarship. There is the same section of it in the website. Just fill it, download your credentials, prove it, they will give you scholarship. It's automatic, regardless of where you come from, who you are. The third scholarship scheme that we are running is for the disabled, those who have one deformity or the other. They are either blind or whatever. That one is also automatic. It's automatic. Then we have come to terms with reality to understand that, okay, let's look at the number of people that may be applying for the scholarship. Probably all of them may not get it. What will happen? So we created a window, loans window. Kaduna State government have invested 2 billion naira in FCMB. FCMB has also added something on that to create a facility for somebody who could not access the scholarship because of the number, can also access the loan. Okay, assuming he's paying 150,000 naira, he's running a 4-year program. How much is that? 600,000 naira. He takes a loan of 600,000 naira with very, very little interest, if not none, and pay after graduation, after a while. I mean, this is what government is doing. Let me also use this opportunity to emphasize what government felt must do as a government. It's provided in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, it's provided in the National Education Policy, it's provided for in our state education policy. It's free and compulsory education in primary and secondary school in Kaduna State. 541 secondary schools, over 4,000 primary schools, all of them are receiving free education. Nobody is paying anything. This is what is the responsibility. Any other thing is a privilege.